Okay. Wow. Fellas, big day. Holy smokes. Big couple of days. And I think we shouldn't bury the lead. Kjell, you have an announcement to make, kind sir.
Yeah, I'm fucking done with the 66.
And that's a soundbite right there. We'll clip that. Was this always what you wanted to just make one run like this, or did it just get progressively harder?
I think before Sheffield and under Sheffield, I was like, I can do this for many years. And my wife was a little like, maybe not. And just the closer I got to the meet, I just felt more and more that, yeah, it's not sustainable to be at this weight class. It's way too hard. So for me to like have a good quality of life, that's the best reason for me to just go up again in the 74s and just enjoy life for a little.
And did you achieve everything you wanted to achieve as a 66?
Like, I really wanted 800, and I also I was really happy with my performance at Sheffield with the 770. Like, maybe on the best day, or like I had a really great day, but even if I didn't fuck up my bench and my second deadlift, I could have maybe done 785, but I couldn't do 800, and like, that's fine. I really don't care. Like, people are talking about 800, but yeah, that was kind of impossible for me to stay in this weight class for longer.
The thing is, people are talking about 800 because you created that conversation.
Yeah.
Whether or not you did it or not, now it feels real. It feels attainable. It feels like 66s should talk about 800.
Yeah, they should. And probably someone will do it as well. So, yeah, but I don't mind. I'm so finished with this weight class.
Well, your mind is at ease. Looking as a whole, what else do you think you have to achieve? You've won world titles as an 83 in the equipped, and as a 74 in the equipped, world games in the equipped. In the unequipped, you've won world titles in the 74s and the 66s, and you won Sheffield. And you're about to do world games as a light 74, full-blown 74, 83, light 70. What are we looking at?
It will probably be a light 74, I hope.
Okay.
Yeah. So I really don't think it's anymore for me to like that. Of course, I can win more, but I really don't need to win more. Like, I'm feeling like I'm not that hungry anymore for the titles. The title today was really good, but if I don't win a world title again, I just doesn't give a fuck, right?
I mean, this is you right after you won. Yeah. Who knows if in like 6 months or whatever, the hunger comes back, not necessarily for 66, but you might be like, no, I'm not laying down for nobody. I'm going after this. But
I will still try to do PRs. I want to do like 815 to 74 and everything like that. But it's not that important anymore. Like, I've done it all. Like, now my biggest goal is to like be the best father I can, the best husband I can, and just enjoy life, really, but not weighing 85.
Right. Fair enough. And I asked Taylor Atwood who he thought the greatest powerlifter of our era was. And if this is before you had done Sheffield and won this world title, another world title, different weight class. And I go, do you think he'll have surpassed you as the greatest powerlifter of our era? And he told me before you did those two, I think he's the greatest powerlifter of our era. Now, since then, you won Sheffield. Since then, you won another weight class world title. How do you feel you leave this era of powerlifting?
I think it's still Taylor. Like, Taylor is just also dominant for the years that he was competing. Like, so I think that I'm hopefully top 10. But
you're definitely top 10.
I don't need to be the greatest. That's not that important for me.
It's funny how you and Taylor both give each other flowers and bump each other up whenever I ask this question, but it is what it is. Sorry, you about to say something? Look like you're about to say something.
No.
Okay. Does this affect your decision at all, Kasemsand? Him leaving 66, you're still 59 no matter what.
It's actually 59 is one of my experiment. I need to explore how I feel if I compete in different weight class because I compete 66 since I start. Let's see.
Right, because you know what? So let's talk about. I want to talk to both of you guys about the 59s, and we'll get back into your day as well. But you going down to 59, and then obviously you got injured, and some people were saying, was the injury the result of the body weight drop and still pushing heavy weights? What is your take from it? Are you discouraged from this? Do you think it was due to the cut of body weight? Are you gathering data from this, thinking maybe if I do some things differently? What's your takeaway on it?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe like cutting changed my like proportion a little bit. In for some lift, I feel a bit different, and somehow it feel heavier as well. Especially squat, feel a lot heavier on my back.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, and I think I can play around. Maybe I add some more accessory to my core because I'm lazy to do that all the time.
Do you think the injury came about due to the body weight decreasing, but you keeping the training loads heavy, or how do you think? Or do you think it was going to happen whether you're 66 or 59?
I think it's gonna happen even 66 or 59. If it's just like random, if it happened, it's happened. You know, I mean, even I'm 74, sometimes it's gonna happen.
And this is what I was saying is, you got injured previous to winning the 66 kilo world title. You were injured a couple times, a couple years.
Yeah.
You were wondering if you'd ever come back to full power. And at that point, and then you came back and won the world title. So this happens at 59. It doesn't mean the experiment's over.
Yeah.
You owe yourself to pursue this a little bit. What are you thinking for World Games? Are you going to be a light 66? Are you going to be 59, 59?
I still would like to try 59,
Okay.
but right now, 68.
Which is also a remarkable feat in and of itself, sir. Which is remarkable. Well, first, like, how much have you just been eating nonstop? That's insane. Because you were 58-point change. You added 10 kilos to your body.
Yeah, one night.
Yeah. How are you feeling? Lightheaded? You got diabetes? Are you?
I feel good.
Yeah, okay, I bet. You must be happy. And is the hip injury, is it something that you can get back into shape for World Games in time, do you think?
I think so because it's only 2 weeks now, so I can. It start to getting better and better. But yeah, I still have no idea. But
Yeah. So the goal is World Games, and then you'll call it as you see it. And after World Games, are you pursuing 59 kilo class into the World Championships again next year? Okay.
that's probably be my last World Championship as a 59.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say like. I would say the same thing.
Like Kjell.
Yeah,
Fuck the 59 as well.
Yeah, you're going to come on here and be like, fuck the 59s. Kill that noise. But you could do the same run like Kjell, target a world title, target Sheffield, see what happens.
Yeah.
Go full tilt into that. Fair enough. And Yvonne, we talked about this. So obviously Kasemsand was coming down. Waskar pulled out. What was your expectations coming into the World Championships when you thought Waskar was still there?
So before he announced he was injured, okay, so
Yeah.
I thought my only chance was to fight for third place, to be honest. Because upper Kasemsand, I think he showed up 680 kilo total, like 3 weeks before Worlds, maybe. And I knew Waskar was probably going to be there at the 650 to 660 kilo range. So there was no way I was going to be able to battle those guys. So yeah, my only hope was to fight for third place.
However, so that's look at Waskar's not going to dispute what you just said, 650, 660, but that's a huge total. He's never done into the 640s. So you're giving him a lot of kilos. Very generous with it. I love Waskar. He's got a phenomenal backstory, phenomenal, like, he's a cool guy. I love Waskar. But you were very charitable with how much you're giving him.
Yeah, I mean, I've already thought about this. I think I respect him a lot, and every time I see his training, I see him making so much progress year after year. I don't know. I think it was after Sheffield, he was hitting a 165 kilo bench, and it was crazy. I know he always hits higher in training than he does in competition, but you know, I have this thing in my mind where I always expect my rivals to be stronger than I want to expect them. So, yeah, I would guess that if he had a 638 kilo total at Sheffield, and he said he wasn't performing at his max, he failed to lift, I think. So, if everything was going to be perfect for him, I would say that he could be potentially be hitting that total.
The one thing I'll say is, again, I love Waskar, but his body weight usually shoots up.
Yeah.
Do you know what his body weight was when he's hitting those numbers?
No, I
Probably
remember
83 kilos.
or 85.
He gets big. He gets big.
I know I asked him once, like maybe months ago, maybe a year ago. He told me he was waiting at 64, I think. So that's not too much for me because I also.
This was probably
get
2
that
days
high.
before competition.
Yeah.
This
He's saying that because you're a competitor.
That's also true, too.
Yeah.
Take it from the veteran.
Add 10 kilos to that. Like, I also saying that
Conservative.
I'm only 70 kilos. Like,
Yeah.
That's
I'm,
right.
I'm 77. So that's, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Never listen to your competitors. They're
Yeah.
liars. Yeah.
I guess I'm too innocent for that. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. Okay. So coming into the day, you thought when Waskar was in the mix. How about when Waskar pulled out?
First, I felt sad for him because, again, I respect him and I love sharing the platform with him. But, you know, being injured and not being able to make it to Worlds, I think it's got to be something painful for you. So I felt sad for him. But also, to be honest, I got to say, I felt a little bit of hope, a little bit of a goosebump, thinking that, well, this might open up a chance for me. But we still have Oprah, so I must not get too confident about it.
And were you always targeting 95% of the world record like Waskar for that Sheffield invite?
Not that much. I wanted to hit that total last year, but I know I was pretty far away from it. I also wanted to total that this year. I know I was closer, especially because of my training totals leading into Worlds. But I wasn't confident enough to be able to say that, yeah, I was totally aiming for that. My goal was to fight for second place, and also if I was gonna have the perfect day, 10 out of 10 day, I was trying. I was looking to hit that total and expect SBD to invite me and also Oper, because I knew that he was also gonna do more than 95%. So I had a little hope. Yeah.
Here's the thing.
You deserve it.
Yeah, well,
Thank you, man.
that's huge coming from him too. Here's the thing. If Waskar was in your shoes, he would not be as charitable. You're being so humble. The way.
But that's the difference between Europe and the US.
Fair enough. But you did achieve what Waskar achieved. You hit 95%. You got the world title now, and the proof is in the pudding. And you guys might end up clashing at some point. What are your thoughts on that? Because the 59s, in my estimation, is leveling up all over. The 59s, and when I mean that, Asia, Europe, America, 59s are leveling up all over the world. Whereas previously, it was a one-man show. And we're talking about Fedo. And just to show you the difference between Waskar and yourself, Fedoshenko was 6'9.5. Waskar was like 6'30, and Waskar was like, I'm going to give him his first L. Waskar like, come out of retirement, come and get some. I can't wait to see you at Sheffield. Bring him out of retirement, bring him out of exile. And he was like 50 kilos off. And he's like, I can't wait to take a swing at the GOAT. But I mean, not everybody's got to be the same. Not everybody's going to be doing that. But if you're going to have a showdown with Waskar, let's say Sheffield somehow, what are your thoughts on that battle?
I knew you were gonna ask me this. I always look at his training. I know he might be heavier than me and all that, but I still think that he's ahead of me. I still look at his training total. I think he's hit 663 total before Sheffield. I think
He did that before Sheffield.
I think so.
And what did he do at Sheffield?
Okay, yeah.
That's the thing that matters.
Dude,
And,
my man.
I
just
know.
look from Euros to now, and you like PR 30 kilos.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's the numbers you have to look at.
Thank you,
That's-
Kjell.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
Please be
I
this young.
understand.
Please help this young man with PR.
Yeah.
Yeah.
30 kilos. Who the fuck does that?
Nobody.
No.
It's an
I didn't take
incredible
any drug
progress.
test, so
What the? This is not the selling we need for Sheffield, by the way. But no, but that is so you put on 30 kilos onto your total. In how long?
I mean,
How many
yeah,
months?
in competition time in from March to June. But being realistic, well, I know the competition numbers are the one that matters. But I've been totaling close to 620, 630 from also last year. So
Exactly. So this is kind of my
different
point.
days and all
This is
that.
kind of my point, right? When you total outside and when you total in comp, it's totally different.
yeah. I know.
You know this. So the difference in the last 3 months is you're putting like 10 kilos on a month. This is June. And next time Sheffield rolls around in, when is it, January? I should know that, so I'm working the event.
You should do 680.
You should, you're at 680. No, look at Kasemsand's face. But
670, and I have room for next year.
there we
Yeah,
go.
yeah,
There we go. Play the game. But is it not reason to believe that you couldn't easily be around 650 yourself? And we're just talking, that's not a huge, 650, that's 13 kilos. That's conservative. 650, 660, maybe 23 kilos. You're a young man.
Yeah, I'm 23. 24 next month. So I want to say two things. I think one of the main differences between Waskar and me is, like you said, he's pretty confident, and I'm not so confident.
You should be.
You should be.
I mean, I know, but I don't have the confidence to say, Fero, come here, I'll beat your ass.
But
don't have
that
that.
means you have always had room to grow.
No, I understand, but and also, I know that our totals in competition are now practically the same, just half a kilo away from each other. But when I compare training total, I still look at him and I still think that he's far from me, and that I'm far behind. So
But like when it's all comes to it, it's all about what you can do on the platform. In the in the light weight classes, that's all. What
Big
it's
time in the
about.
late, yes.
Yeah, you,
But I still
particularly.
have
you have seen
thought in my
Pana for many years doing big totals at training, never does it at competition.
yeah.
Yeah, you see many people in the 660. I also did the same, right? So coming to meet, that's the most important, and do the numbers.
Especially the smaller weight class. A very good point on that. It skews greatly on how much they cut. And but you even said look at he did 815, 825. It was crazy. And I mean, he's the world champ. He's freaking the Sheffield champ. But if you just went off the training numbers, you really do, particularly in 59 and 66, it gets tough. It gets tough to use that as a rangefinder. I think, honestly, the proof is in the pudding. Because sometimes year over year over year, you see certain people doing certain things in training, and year over year over year, it's not going to come onto the platform. I don't know. I think you're the world champ. The progress I've seen you is phenomenal. The poise you showed at the World Championship was phenomenal. You were battle tested. And the way I see it, we have undefeated champ Waskar, who did not lose his title on the platform, undefeated champ Yvonne, who is now the current champ, and we have something to sort, is the way I see it. And the way I see it, 0.5 is the only metric that matters, is the way the world sees it. And if someone raises their hand, I guarantee you there's a 59 in the world who's like, You want to see my training total?
and,
But
and,
nobody gives a shit.
and
I
also
understand.
Fedosenko is not like the guy he used to be. Like at the Asian
Right.
Championship,
Yeah.
he did like 620 or something. So
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
he's getting older as well, and it's
Yeah.
like it's harder for him to like maintain the same. So I don't think you should like. He is the goat, but like there's many years ago now. So
Yeah.
now it's your time to shine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I gotta believe it.
Yeah.
I have
you
six
have to
months
believe in yourself.
to believe it, yeah.
That's the attitude.
Yeah.
You got 6 months. Muhammad Ali said, I used to say I'm the greatest before he won the title. I said it so many times. At the start, I just was saying it to get attention. And then by the time I had that title fight, I actually started believing it. I said it so often. You got to say it enough to start convincing yourself, because you're stuck in a moment and you can't get out of it. You might as well embrace it. And you sure as shit don't want to go in a showdown. 0.5 kilos separates you. And to start already conceding already that he's stronger. Not when it's that close on paper. Never concede when it's that close. I mean, there were guys 50 kilos less than Kjell who weren't conceding. Right? Well, we got lions. But anyways, just my advice. But how was it, was this experience winning that world title? You were the first from Spain to win a world title?
I'm the first male to win a world title open, yeah. And how did it feel? Well, when I first saw Oper warm up to 150 in squats, and my coach said he's out, I started feeling like this. I wanted to cry almost, and I started to think like, this might be the year, this might be your chance. You might never get another chance like this, so just fucking focus and do whatever you have to do.
And as the day is transpiring, are you paying attention to all the other contenders?
Not really, but my coach was telling me some things about them. That he was telling me like they'll look a bit down. They'll look their faces look like they're not feeling so good. So this might be your day. You have to hype up yourself. You have to make your inner fire light up and take that chance.
Antoine Garcia was definitely having a good day, and he's a former world champ, and you guys went head-to-head and you won. That's a very good victory for you, sir. And Antoine Garcia is no pushover. I mean, he's won world titles before. And Antoine Garcia, after his third, he looked phenomenal out there. He's pointing to France, the French flag on his. He was very confident, and he was feeling it all throughout, and he did phenomenal. A lot of those lifters, the amount of lifters in the 59s that were 600 and up, it was a very tough field that you had to take over. And when you hit that last pull, what were you telling yourself?
It's interesting because I usually want to make the last pull and make it a good lift, but I have this zone in my mind where I feel like I just want to go for the bar and keep pushing no matter the weight on the bar. And I don't care if I pass out. I don't care if I break a bone. I don't care about any of that. And when I enter that zone, I think I'm pretty confident in myself. That's one of the moments that I'm really, really confident in myself.
And you must have known that was for Sheffield as well. You had Sheffield
Of course,
loaded.
Yeah.
A little bit of pressure, huh?
Yeah, just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit.
And to know you're the first male, anyways, winning a world title, and the first for representing Spain to go to Sheffield as well. How does that feel in terms of a sense of pride?
Well, I'm a type of person that never really lets himself to feel proud of himself. Not because I want to punish myself or anything, but because I know that the work is not done and that I can feel proud of myself for doing that, but I know that there's always a bigger goal. And like you asked me right after the competition, what's next? And I was thinking like, what's next? I've dreamed about this pole for my entire life. I didn't think I would make it further than that. So what do I have to go for now? So, sorry, what was the question?
No, you know what? You're answering right. Listen, I love, first off, the honesty and the transparency you're giving, but it's true. It's refreshing, actually, where you chase something and you put the world title at such a high as you should. I mean, I got nothing but world champions up here, by the way.
Can I say something, Ryan?
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, it's really cool to see because, like, you're on the other side of me. Like, I'm, like, on the end of my career and you're in the start. And I always thought, like, I also need something greater, bigger, more championships, Sheffield, like. But now, like, hearing you, like, say that, like, only, like, it's just so sad to just not be happy. Like, yeah, I did 30 kilos under my last, like, competition, but I'm super happy. I'm, like, really, like, blessed for, like, can still be doing this. But I'm, like, more, like, I'm not that hungry anymore. But I've been doing this for 18 years.
Yeah.
So that after that, you can just...
Yeah.
It's so good to get that feeling when you're just like, there's nothing more you have to do. That's like the best feeling.
And also, everything's a blessing now for you. Everything's a blessing.
Yeah, it is.
You and it could be over the next comp, but could be your last comp. So you take it in like that, which is a whole nother perspective as well. Isn't it weird? I got the two different versions beside me right now, but does him talking the way he was doggedly pursuing the first world title, does that ring a bell to the young version of you?
Yeah, 100%. And if I can go like 2 weeks back or something, like I had a really like scary thing happen at home that I was home with my daughter and suddenly she falls back on her, or I hear a fall, and she's like 10 months. I was like 2 meters away, and I come to her and she can't breathe. So I'm like, oh, what I'm doing now? Like, I'm calling my wife, like, what should I do? She's like, call the emergency. I'm calling that. I'm so afraid. I like looking at her and like, it's looking like she will die right in front of me. Like, and that's like so much more important than every like gold medal in life. And like when you have like that perspective, like you can see like the thing you love that much, and she can't breathe. You can't do anything about it. And like I got so destroyed after that. Like it went well. She's doing good now, but like after we're at the emergency, been there for 5-6 hours, taking all the tests, getting home, and like I only have 5,000 steps. I need to do 10,000 more.
Oh, jeez.
Like, and after that, like my hip was so gone, like I couldn't stand for like 2-3 days after that.
Because of the stress.
Because of the stress,
Yeah.
I was so afraid. Like I was like losing myself. I couldn't sleep. I was so afraid of losing her. So, like, life is completely different now.
She's good now.
Yeah,
right?
she's good now. Yeah, so I'm really happy about that. But that was rough. Yeah.
Talk about perspective, huh?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're like, I would give up all my world titles.
Yeah, of course. It doesn't mean shit
Yeah.
when it comes to things like that, right?
And so when you try to get back in the swing of things, like, this means everything to me, I'm willing to die out there, and you're like, I don't believe any of that shit.
Yeah,
You'll get a young guy like this guy who's like, I'm willing to have my butt. This is how we started off. You're like, I don't give a shit. Let my bones break. Like Gavin Aiden burning his ships. And you're like, all right, well, you can have it, young man. I got a family to go home to.
Yeah, but like after everything was okay and I was just lying in bed and like knew that if I didn't go my steps, like I couldn't go down and wait. So that was like, and I'm so glad I will never do that again. I'm just so finished with it. Like, just be in the 74 and just enjoy.
It is. So you guys are on both different sides, because what you're saying, I can totally get how if you're chasing the world title and that's all you can picture is chasing that world title, when you get the world title and it was yesterday and someone's like, what's next? You're like, I am just digesting. Holy smokes. It's been forever. I haven't wrapped a head around. I'm a freaking world champion.
Yeah.
I'm on the King List podcast live, sitting beside a legend like Kjell, a legend like Kasemsand, talking about what's next. Both these guys been to Sheffield, won world titles, been in the most historic 6'6" battle I've ever seen. God knows your resume. I won't take 20 minutes doing it. And you're like, yeah, this is a day for me, though. One day, 24 hours is all it's been for you to wrap your head around. And
Yeah,
these guys
it's
you
surreal.
looked up to, like Waskar, are rivals. They're not someone to look up to anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it's different now. All of a sudden, like, really?
Today I took a picture with Joe Bornstein, and he replied to my story, and he said, "I can't wait to compete against you at Sheffield." And I was
Oh, shit. You're like, what?
when did
Now
this
we hear the
happen?
Americans cocky, right?
Yeah. You're like, can't wait to kick the shit out of you at Sheffield. And you're like, whoa, we took a picture earlier today, homeboy. What the fuck is that all about?
Yeah.
It is different now, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I guess it's life perspective. I also want to get to that point where I feel like family is my most important part of my life. But now, I guess the most top end of my life can be a world title and getting to Sheffield, because I still don't have a son. So when I have a son, I guess
That's right. You keep your head focused still and get it off those women.
Fuck the family.
Keep it off
Go
those
for- go
women.
for lifting. Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, stay strong, young man. We need a couple titles out of you.
I hope so. At
Yeah.
least.
Yeah. So what are some of the goals you do have?
Again, I'm still digesting all that's happened today. I mean, yesterday. But getting to Sheffield, I'd love to break the deadlift world record. I don't know. I mean, to be honest, in my mind, I think I'm going to Sheffield and with the only hope of breaking that record, because I honestly think that I'm not going to place lower than 10, maybe. But, you know, maybe January comes closer and I boost out my confidence and I start thinking that I can get to top 5. I don't know. But probably not.
Or if there's a showdown.
I think we need to find some mental coach for you.
Hey, don't
So
worry
like
about it.
you-
Well,
It'll-
it hasn't gone
I
too
have a
bad
good
for
one.
me
I have
Yeah,
a good
yeah,
one
so far.
So
You,
yeah,
you just add 30 kilos.
Yeah.
But you,
I had-
think
I
you
added
can add
30 kilo
maybe
with
like
this
50
mentality.
kilos more. Maybe.
Yeah, of course, of course.
It's
God
still
knows.
far
Yeah,
away.
Yeah.
God knows. Let me ask you some questions, Kasemsand. So the 59 kilo project is going to continue. What are your goals? Were obviously world title, Sheffield, etc. What are you expecting from World Games? Are you thinking, because obviously there's world titles available at World Games, it wouldn't behoove you to stretch that world title too much, though. Like obviously at 669.5, are you still thinking of going for a world title, chip it? Are you thinking, what are your goals?
670.
Okay. Yeah.
That's the answer. You see?
Yeah.
That's the confidence you need. Yeah.
Right. And are you changing anything in terms of your prep? Like in terms of takeaways from all of this, you turn this an experiment. And from an experiment, you learn and you adjust. What are some of the adjustments and what did you learn from this experiment, the first chapter as a 59?
Actually, just, yeah. I think I just do like too much step.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and I think that's a thing that stressed me out a lot. And then like once I reduce my step, my waist go down. I mean, yeah, I think I pressure myself too much about cutting weight. Like once I just like, okay, I have like few days relax, and then my weight just go down naturally. It's just weird. I mean.
And do you think like the amount of steps you did with the weightlifting might have impacted the hip? Like, is there another way of, because we talked about squishy shoes. By the way, Kjell, I still get DMs about those fucking squishy shoes.
Yeah,
Do you too?
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, we need a promo code,
Yeah.
by the way. But do you think the steps, the weightlifting impacted your hip? And is there another way of you dropping the body weight without steps, maybe less impactful on your hips?
I think it's not impact my body that much. It's impact here.
Ah, okay.
Like every morning, I have to like, okay, I need to go walk. Otherwise, like I couldn't finish my step today.
Like to be focused.
Yeah, like I have to plan like the time for my step, and then like that's too much sometimes.
Yeah.
And did it impact in terms of training? Did you shift around the training weights? Like, how did you adjust your training weights while cutting?
Actually, my training weight, like before I got injured, I was 62 already. Like that's pretty low, like the lowest in my life for a while.
Yeah. For sure. And when you look at the 59s, what do you hope for? You have possibly the return of Waskar. Well, it'll be the return of Waskar at some point. Fedo, you got a young guy like this coming up. Some of the other 59s. Do you think the 59 kilo class is a healthy class moving into 2026?
I would say like my first priority to make weight. That's it. That's what I think about, like to make weight. That's it.
Yeah.
And then I'm quite happy for World Championship this year because I make my tick and make weight.
Fair enough. And that's a positive way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you think also, now people are going to have their opinions. Do you think this alleviates pressure for your 59 kilo run now? Because there'll be naysayers now. Does that help? Or is it tougher to hear naysayers?
Yeah. Still hard to say.
Yeah. Well, it's still early.
Yeah. I'm quite enjoy. I still learn something. I learn how to really cut weight because when I stay 66, I didn't have that problems. I never have a hard cut in my life, and then I actually, even it's tough, I'm quite enjoy the process. Like during the way that I'm cut down to 59, it's like
Really?
it's like I learned something new.
Well, that's
But you can't eat buffet.
But I can eat after it. Afterward.
Yeah, that's
true.
That's true.
That's
But,
true.
Yeah.
but I mean, like, I know, like, yeah, I just learned something, so many things during the way I cutting down.
Man, you're so positive.
Yeah.
He's super positive, is he not? Holy smokes! Like what are things in terms about yourself, in terms of like discipline, sacrifice, how much you can remain disciplined and sacrifice, remain strong, your own like that? Do you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite surprised me sometimes, like, oh, I can do this. Like,
Like I understand, because if you've never done it before, it's kind of like I was talking to Evie Corrigan.
Yeah.
You guys seen what happened? Phenomenal battle. Previous to this, she was winning 52 kilo world titles without her last deadlift. And until today, she thought under adversity she could win, but didn't know if she could. And today she said, I was like, that was amazing. That was so phenomenal. She's like, it was so stressful. It was so difficult. And she's like, I think I'll look back and appreciate it. But today, the previous world titles, when she was ahead and winning, were so much easier, like obviously, right? But today, I think it'll be so much more serving for her, even though it was more difficult. It was much harder a day. If you compare Lithuania and then you compare what we just did here, and for her 2 days, there's no question Lithuania was more enjoyable and less stress. But what is more gratifying? Because she was pressed and she found things out about herself she wouldn't have if Megan Lee Smith didn't scare the shit out of her and stress her out and have her in the back and be like, oh my God. And then come out, hear the crowd go nuts. Megan Lee Smith let out a war cry and then come back and be like, your turn. Your turn now. But you could lose it all. It's all up to you right now. And she feels it. But the fact that you feel it and do it and achieve it, that's what means something, right?
yeah, even like last year, it was the most excited comp I have ever been. Like three-way tie.
Oh,
it's like
same, by the way.
I really love it. I mean, I like the pressure. I mean, it's like so fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
Man, is there something that triggers you?
not really, but I have fun, a lot of fun, like all the, like
Okay.
that meet.
So you enjoy challenging yourself, what it is.
I mean, like it's sport, so you
Right.
need something challenge.
Yeah.
I mean, not too easy, not too hard. I mean,
Right,
like,
right.
just
Within
like-
reason, it's a controlled environment. But yeah, I get it. And then do you look forward to your return to 66s? It is so weird watching this Worlds. Last year was the greatest battle I have ever been the commentator of for any session at any World Championships. I've been doing this since 2016. That was incredible what you guys did. And not a single one of you came back. And not even the guy who was in fourth. Like, total different cast.
I know why.
Yeah.
because of you.
They all flew away.
Right. But
Scared.
But Kjell is leaving in the 66s again. I'm wondering what that class will look like. Who stays, who goes? Joe Jordan stayed and leveled up. He wasn't here either, though. Not even 4 or 5. Top 5 was totally different. But you did create people. You left an impression of the 66s. Even you came on the podcast and you're like, 800, I guess. Like, here we go. Penn was like, okay, I guess 800. Joe Jordan posted he did 752 and a half. SBD in training, whatever. But still, he said, I see what he said it was Kjell. He attributed that Kjell opened his head up like, yeah, this is where it's at now. So it really does have a trickling effect. Do you feel like you left your mark on the 66s as well, and it helps leave?
Yeah, for sure. I think that people need to work hard to get to that 770. So yeah, I think that, and even if people come and take the world record, like, I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter now. It's like water under the bridge. I did 66. I won Sheffield. I did like everything I wanted in the class, and world records are made to be broken. So
Yeah, just leave it to me.
yeah,
That's right. Kasemsand's like, that's
Ivan
the
can take
attitude.
it, like,
Yes.
yeah. It doesn't matter. Like, if Kasemsand takes it, I'm happy about that. Yeah.
How do you feel about it, Kasemsand? Because you were 66 for a long time. You won the world title, so perfect time to go do the 59 kilo experiment. But you're young. You're already planning on going back to the 66s, and you haven't done all you could at 66. There's no question. You could do a lot more at 66. Mm-hmm. Where do you think you could take up in terms of 66s and take off and take this world record? Is 770 imposing to you?
Actually, as I can, I said that I would like to challenge myself to 800. That's my goal for 66.
You should.
You should. Yeah. No, for sure.
Yeah, still my ultimate goal, and then that's it.
And what about goals in terms of 59? We talked about 700. You did 680 in the gym before you got injured. Is that another goal? I mean, if you were the first to do 700 and then the first to do 800, and then with your eating habits, you might be looking at 83 kilo, the first to do something else as well. But are those
1,083?
Yeah. But are those some of your goals as well, like the 700 still?
For me, the reason why I cut out to 59, I would like to maybe win Sheffield at least once. That's it, and I will move back.
So it's kind of like Kjell, where if 700 comes about, because you've done it at a heavier weight class, like he had done 800 and more, and you did 700 more in a heavier weight class. If that's attainable, great. If not, let me grab Sheffield, let me grab the world title. Mm-hmm. And you're good if you don't hit 700 or not. You're good, just like Kjell with 800.
Yeah.
If it's there, fine. If it's not, I'm not sticking around for it.
Right.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Just bring my buffet back.
That's fair enough. What do you guys feel about? So I was talking to you, Kjell, about World Games, and the U.S. team, all but Jonathan Garcia actually has left World Games, pulled out. You've done World Games on the equipped side, so you can offer a different perspective on this. How do you feel about World Games? And do you think this is, I mean, you can't speak for them whether or not it's a mistake, but do you think they might be missing out?
Yeah, I think they will miss out. Like, maybe, let's see how the powerlifting competition will be. But like from the other years, like it's getting bigger and bigger, and like all the other sports and like the community around, it's like super amazing. That's not even close to Worlds. So that people are not doing that, I think they don't know, right? They don't know what they're missing.
And I mean, obviously you can't gain the years back, but do you think going forward they're going to regret this decision?
They're Americans, so probably not. They will regret it, but they will not say it.
Oh, he not going?
Well, the entire American team has pulled out except Jonathan Garcia.
But
He's the only American
What
going.
about Brandon Petrie? He was still there.
Petrie's not going either.
No?
Actually,
That's what I'm told.
Actually, we can run like 66 back at World Games.
Really?
No. But I compete 59. But
Okay. I was gonna say, dude, you just changed real quick. I swear to God, we had a plan.
No. Like, because we compete as a GL point.
That's right.
So
Yeah.
That's right.
we're gonna run that back.
That's right. Yeah, so I didn't hear this directly from these lifters. Apparently, Russell, or he dropped a video. He's been doing phenomenal with added body weight, and he doesn't want to cut down. And he needs, by the time American Nationals rolls back, he needs to be ready. And he's like, every month's going to count. I'm just going to rock and roll right through it. What I'm told, and it's not directly from these lifters, so I offer that first. But I'm hearing from everybody. I haven't had a chance. Marcellus is actually here, so maybe I confirm with Marcellus when I see him. But I haven't had a chance. But I heard his entire crew left, which is Petrie as well. Bob. And Bob, I'll confirm for everybody watching, but Bob actually missed U.S. Nationals, and which was like, would have been, it was huge. I was there. And so thus also missed World Championships to focus on World Games. So this is so for him to not do World Games, he hasn't competed since last year's Worlds. That's a big pullout.
And I also think about like Ruska. I remember talking to him at Sheffield that like his real goal was to do the World Games.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what's happening. Like what did the change?
I'm gonna have to talk to some of these gentlemen.
Yeah.
Get them on the podcast and ask them directly, because it is kind of startling in all of them, right across the board. I'm hearing not a single American. Jesus Oliveras is here. I should ask him. Is it true for you as well? He's with Joey Flex, and when he's there and I see him, but I'm just wondering what this does in terms of powerlifting for us when World Games was first coming around. Obviously, World Games was around before Sheffield, but it was equipped. And we're all talking about if it comes around and it's classic, what that might look like, what that might do for some of our stars. We're all very excited. Now we have Sheffield. So it's a lot easier on the docket if you have another major show to go to, obviously. So if you omit one, it's a little different. But yeah, I'm interested in seeing what it does to World Games and the credibility of if an entire roster nation, like U.S. no less, which has so many world champions or medalists at least, just decides not to. I can't even conceive of like that happening to Worlds, Sheffield, etc. It's crazy news if one person doesn't go to Sheffield, says no thank you. For that many people to say no thank you to World Games, I'm wondering within our community, that has got to hurt the event within the community. They're going to look at it differently, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm interested in how this goes. You got to know that people in the power positions who are working with World Games have got to be like, oh, okay, that's not great. Unless World Games is so far removed from our community because they have all these other sports, they have no idea. And it really doesn't matter to them. I don't know. I'm totally guessing. I'm not sure. I hope it doesn't hurt. I think it can only be a positive. World Games is around. I hope it doesn't hurt any relationships. It's very difficult to get things in place and in motion. And I hope World Games is a success. But it's shocking. And it's not something we can ignore. When we tune into World Games, there's going to be a lot of people not there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sure.
Would you go, sir? Are you going? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, probably. Most likely.
Oh, so
I
you're
haven't,
iffy.
I haven't already bought the flight tickets, but yeah, my plan is to go.
Okay. And are you like 50-50 on it, or are you like
95-5, yeah.
Okay. 95-5, yeah, yes, correct? I got
It should be 100.
Not in 50.
Yeah.
should
Why
be
5%?
Well,
Yeah.
just in case.
And why are you looking forward to the World Games?
I'm not looking to compete in 59.
Oh,
I'll just not make it. I'll just save up the weight cut.
yeah.
One of the main reasons is to take all the 66 Spain records. It's not nothing that affects the other rivals, but maybe it affects my GL a little bit because I think I'm good at maintaining my performance after the weight cut. I think I'm better than Wasker at that.
That a fucking boy.
Yeah, now we're talking.
This fucking kid, huh?
Yeah.
You're
Fuck
hyping
you,
me up,
Oscar.
Yeah. And fuck Eric Helms too,
Yeah,
by the
fuck
way.
Eric Helms, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, just kidding, Eric.
So yeah, I've never competed without a cut. Well, maybe long ago, so I also want to test how I feel, because I usually feel pretty bad the night before. I slept like 4.5 hours before the competition, and I was I was taking hot baths until 2:30 in the morning, and it's a bit stressing.
Yeah, I bet.
So being able to keep that out of the situation might be pretty helpful.
Yeah, totally understood.
Do you think about going 66 at some point in the future, like after you've done Sheffield's and all these other 59 goals?
Well, it's a tough decision because after I've won Worlds, now I have to go to Sheffield. Now my next goal, I think it might be being able to classify again for Sheffield. And if I make it again, then I might want to break the total world record at some point. I don't know. So if I ever go up to 66, it's not in the short run.
Fair enough. And you had said, let me ask you, fellas. Let me ask you, Kjell, because I'm kind of interested. How did you sleep before this World Championship and the nerves you had before this World Championship, the night before?
I slept super well.
So this is...
I had 8 hours. There was like perfect. I haven't had 8 hours in months.
Yeah,
I'm in averaging 2 to 4 hours.
That's yeah. You got
2 to
sleep
4?
trained.
2 to
He's
4,
a father,
yeah.
though. He got sleep trained. That's what I'm saying. Watch these
Like
women.
one wake up and then she sleeps and then she wake up the other one and it's like, and suddenly like you've been them with the whole day and then one sleeps and or both sleeps and then the other wake up again and you have to go out like 4 in the morning with the baby trying to get her to sleep again, but she's like super awake and like smiling and like,
Robbing his gains.
Yeah.
Robbing his gains. Sir.
Yeah, she does, but yeah, it didn't matter this time.
Yeah.
I don't need
I
sleep.
gained to lose.
I don't need sleep. I don't need food. Yeah.
So, and even like sleeping aside, so you had a great sleep due to not having the kids. You were sleep deprived and you had a hotel by yourself. So phenomenal. What about nerves? Were you nervous? Were you anxious the night before, the day of, in the weigh-in, seeing everybody?
I think I'm super nervous before like the whole prep because I'm not thinking that Avery like is training super good and like doesn't have a family like I do, but when I get to the meet, I'm super confident. Like you saw at Sheffield, like pressure doesn't bother me.
And were you always like this initially, like before you won your first world title or way back in the day?
Always been like this.
Really?
Yeah.
How about you, Kasemsand?
Actually, I fell asleep after bathtub.
But that's because you were so depleted.
Yeah. I fell asleep like that, and then like my girlfriend just like wake me up.
Wow.
So tired.
Yeah. Fair enough. But do you feel nerves? Like, are you nervous to perform? Like, not even this time, but also before the Battle of the 66s, which was heavily hyped.
But usually before competition, my mood is like so calm. I don't know why.
You're always calm.
But I mean like in my training it's different.
Yeah, that's true.
But
that's
like
true.
yeah, when I came here, it's like relax.
And you sleep well the night before?
Yeah, sleep well, really well.
And you have, like, the day of when you're getting to the event, you see everybody else. You're like, that Battle of 66 is like you were about to go through it. And you saw all those fellas in the warm-up room. You see them in the when you're getting weighed in, and they're all looking primed and ready to go. And like, oh, my gosh, that's when the doubt comes in. Do you get nervous then and anxious then?
Actually not, because every time past few years, I think my mentally changed. Every time I came into the competition, I would like to enjoy it. Just like playground.
And when did that change for you?
I think since I went to like so many difficulty in my competition. Like first time, like COVID and stuff like that, and then so I pressure myself too much, and then I feel like I'm not really enjoy competing. It's too stressful for me. And I asked myself that, why you doing this? And then I find out that because I enjoy doing this. And then after that, every time I compete, I try to enjoy myself as much as I can.
I mean, that's a good way of looking at it. It's true.
Yeah,
Why are you doing this?
Yeah, if it's too much, too stressful, I don't want to do it.
Right. Do you feel like that, Kjell? Do you enjoy doing this still? That's why you're going to pursue?
Yeah, I really love I really don't like training that much, but I really love the competitions. And I know that I don't feel like scared coming here, but I know my competitors do. When they see me, they love like, okay, the boss is here. But
See, you're a little American at times, huh?
Yeah, but I have to be like, but I knew that I was the best coming here,
Right.
like by far. So I really had nothing to prove either. So I was just like, just lift what I got, and I was pretty happy about what I did. So, and I was I 40 kilos in front of Avery? So that's
Yeah.
Yeah, so
or
yeah.
more. Yeah, it wasn't.
And
Didn't
they
come down to
only
body
gave
weight
me
like last year.
83%.
What's that?
They only I think Sheffield gave me like 83% of winning.
Yeah.
83%.
Yeah. Most people, they say 83, like, holy shit, am I a favorite? You're like, who are these other fucking people?
Where is the like 99,
Well, yeah,
100%?
don't consult them for betting.
Yeah.
You think you're going to lose your house.
There was some guy like this morning who's like had like who he like predictions for this championship, and he put Panna over me, and like nice guy, and I wrote in like nice scouting, bro. Like Panna is not even here. And last time we competed against each other, he did 697, I did 770. So bitch, please.
Also, God bless, Avery himself was part of the 83%.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, he was.
he-
Yeah, because
he openly
he is super strong and he's young and like.
And he's got a
super jacked.
future on him.
He has the future. Yeah, of course, 100%.
Yeah, he's got a great future on him. You know, it's funny, like your reemergence, and we've talked about this before, but I am so glad that you've come back when you hit 800 kilos as a 74 at the European Championship, and you took the IPF World Record there officially. And some new people, and like powerlifting, and I'm not making fun of new people, we need new fans constantly, and there's a turnover of new people, every couple of years type deal. They didn't know. And some people are like, this new guy, Kjell, holy shit, what might he do? And other people in the know are like, oh, you think he's new. You wait until you check him out on Open Powerlifting and check out his resume. And it was so fun seeing relatively new fans of the sport almost like investigating and finding out about you and Taylor Atwood going 1-for-1 and the rivalry you guys had, and why they call you the Goat Slayer. Because I immediately said the Goat Slayer's back. And some people like, the Goat Slayer? I thought this guy was new. What the shit? No, he stopped Oleg's 17-year run of win after win after win after win. Oleg was the GOAT, 74 and equipped, and Kjell crosses over and stops him.
Three times.
Well, there we go. There we go. And my man, see what I'm saying? And then of course your rivalry with Taylor Atwood, and Taylor being a GOAT on the classic side, and that's why you were the GOAT Slayer. And then when you emerged and dropped down to 66, the storyline was too rich not to say, in an era of GOATs, and everybody's a GOAT, isn't it befitting that the GOAT Slayer has them all as they come to Sheffield?
Yeah.
And that was your finest. All right, there we go. I slay all the GOATs of these eras, and that's it. Now you have full on lived up to the moniker, the GOAT Slayer. But again, everybody else now, it's I don't know, I would say it's a re-education for those who forgot, and just a straight-up education for those who weren't around to witness the first go-round, and now you've really solidified yourself. Because some people from your past era, dare I say it, some kids don't know who Brett Gibbs is.
No.
And he's from the past era. You could have been Brett Gibbs.
Like I started like 10 years before Gibbs.
But
Like,
that's true.
Yeah, like
That's also true. That's like a
Gibbs is the new guy.
Yeah,
Who
he's a
came
new
in for
kid.
he came in for some years and now he's gone.
That's
Like-
right.
Like so many others.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's why like your staying power has been phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm stubborn.
Yeah, well, maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. When you see Kjell, a young man on the other side of it, there's almost 15 years between you. You at your first world title, this man won so many accolades. Do you want to stick around as long as Kjell? Do you want to be the Kjell educating, and then you catch a couple injuries, you bow out for a couple years, and now y'all must have forgotten. You come back again, like the whole storied 15-year career, or how do you look at it?
Yeah, well, first of all, I think 83% was maybe for Kjell and the 70% for Backlund. I think that would.
That's
that
right.
would
They
be
got
fair.
confused.
Yeah.
They got
I think that was
confused
right.
there. That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And
yeah.
as long as life allows me, I'm still gonna practice the sport, at least practice it. And if I can compete, yeah, I would definitely do it. Yeah.
And do you plan on like the storied career that he has, or haven't allowed yourself to dream that big yet?
That's a good question. Maybe not, but yeah. Why wouldn't I? Yes, yeah. I thought about
You
that.
caught one at 24. You started early. How long have you been in the Open?
This is my first year.
Wow, shit. It's a nice pacing.
Yeah, he's a baby.
1 year in and you got one Open World title. That's a nice pacing.
He's like, the Open, what is this? Oh, I just won. Like,
Yeah.
and he's still like thinking like, oh, everyone is better than me. I'm just like a trashy lifter. Who
Some people
Next
think
just
year,
got
next
lucky.
year is master, right?
For me,
Master? No, for me. Like
you?
first year.
No way.
that's
That's
like
right.
20 years.
How about yourself, Kasemsand? How long? You're still a young man yourself, despite being a veteran.
I never been in junior. I start powerlifting when I was open already.
Oh wow.
Yeah, first year 34.
You
Right.
what? Sorry.
Right now I'm 30.
Dude, I never would have pegged you for 30, by the way. But you have a lot left in you as well. Kjell is about to turn 37. You think of 7 more years in title contention, winning titles, Sheffields, whatever might be on your plate. How long do you want to do it?
As long as I enjoy doing it, I will keep doing it. I don't know.
There's all right, so everyone knows I'm a boxing MMA fan, and I almost always somehow weave in boxing and MMA to the podcast. I get made fun of for doing it all the time. But a lot of fighters will say, the day I wake up, go to the office, being their fight, and they don't feel nervous, is the day they think, maybe I step away. Now, it's a little bit different, because for them, if they lose, you get knocked out. And it's horrible.
Yeah.
So you're like, I lost my edge. So I get it. This comparison isn't a full-on comparison that I get. In our sport, you could show up to the office and be like, look, I don't feel that edge anymore, but you could be okay. But for you guys, is there a competitive streak? Because some people, like for instance, I remember asking Brett Gibbs, bringing up Brett, it reminds me, I remember asking him, do you stick around as a master? And he's like, no, for me, no. If I'm not near the top, I want to leave. And true to his freaking word, he caught an injury and he thinks he might not be at the top. He's gone. I think Taylor, I don't want to put words in his mouth. I feel like Taylor said something similar. And look, I see myself a certain way, and this is where I want to be. Do you see yourself, if once you come back down on the other side of it, are you going to stick around because for the love of the game and keep competing, keep lifting? Or do you think if you're not near the top, you bow out?
It's a great question, and I think I'm too far in terms of time to answer it now. But just like Kjell, if I build a family and everything, my answer might change a lot. But as of today, I would say that I want to compete for the rest of my life if I can, if I don't break a leg or anything.
You feel you said, yeah. Do you feel the same way?
You talking to me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I will do the Masters because did the junior, won the Junior Worlds, the Open Worlds, and of course I need to do like the Masters as well.
Yeah,
So,
man.
yeah, of course.
But that's like 3 years.
yeah,
like
but
there's
I
some
will
mass.
lift at the Masters, but I will lift in the Open like.
Okay,
well,
okay.
So I'm not
Okay.
like done with the Open. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's perk, but like who else, right?
Right.
74, like, yeah, come on.
Like literally, we need you there. Like you
Yeah,
can't leave.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, I have no intentions to leave, so I'm here. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Because you'll. I mean, we saw the numbers you're doing at 71 kilos, and you were already around 825.
Yeah.
So,
I want to go back to that level.
and how about yourself, sir? Sorry for the uncomfortable. And how about yourself, sir? Do you see yourself sticking around even when you're at the end of the peak, coming back down, and you realize some guys are going to start taking wins over you, even they wouldn't get wins over you in your prime?
Actually, for now, as Kjell said, I'm not really care about winning that much. I'm still love this sport for now. I enjoy every time I train, enjoy every competition. So I still keep doing it. But once if I feel different, maybe I don't want to do it anymore.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Listen, gentlemen, this has been a great podcast, by the way. I don't know what the hell you guys have a good chemistry altogether. This was a really good idea, bringing the three of you together. You're always good in there. You almost acted like a co-host with me sometimes, and I appreciate that, my man. Helps out. I won't stop you from, you earn some pizza or whatever the hell you're about to eat. You earn that.
Don't forget pizza next time.
I'm sorry. That's Ramsey.
Yeah.
All right, that's Ramsey. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming on. We'll do it again. Gentlemen. Until next time, and everybody watching, we have more podcasts each and every day. I make fun, but God bless Ramsey. He sets all this up. He schedules every freaking lifter. I don't even know what the schedule is